So, the film begins with a voice that tells us the story of the trolls who, thousands of years ago, used to live in this world alongside humans. These very large-looking trolls were not monsters, but innocent creatures whose huge bodies were made of stone and whose hearts were made of soil and trees. These creatures seemed to be a part of nature. They didn't harm anyone. They just didn't go out in the sun because the sunlight would turn them from living trolls into stone. These beings lived their lives happily alongside humans. But then everything started to change. Christianity began to spread in the world, and Christians felt that the world was only for humans and that trolls had no right to it. They started killing these innocent trolls and oppressed them greatly. They would forcibly drag the trolls into the sunlight so that they would turn to stone. Christians' holy water and holy bells, all these things caused the trolls a great deal of pain. It weakened the trolls, and Christians took advantage of these things. We learn that the father of the story's main character, Nora, had always told her these stories. He always used to tell Nora, "I have been very sad that humans did not help the poor trolls." At this time, Nora promises her dad that if good trolls still exist in this world, she will always help them. Now the scene cuts, and we are finally shown a grown-up Nora. It is revealed that her dad has died, and in her grief, she lives alone in a forest, still researching trolls. A few years ago, she had an encounter with trolls. All the confusion she had about them is gone, and she can now research trolls better than before. One day, a man suddenly enters her house. Nora isn't scared and attacks him from behind, only to find out it was Chad, the president's personal secretary, who had previously helped Nora a lot in fighting the troll. He is still working for the government, but is also looking for new ways to save the trolls, as he also learned from Nora's dad that trolls are not evil monsters. This time, Chad had come to tell Nora a huge secret, and for this, he takes her from there to a secret lab. In the lab, they meet a Professor Larry. This Professor Larry was also researching trolls, just like Nora, and here, Nora finds something she had never imagined. The troll that had emerged from the mountains during the Nazi era was now inside Professor Larry's lab. They had named this troll Jelly, and the scientists said that it had been asleep for the past 100 years. Here, Nora also discovers that the scientists have been cutting off many parts of this troll for their research, and hearing this fills Nora with rage. She felt sorry for the troll. She takes a lift up close to the troll's ear, and she quietly begins to recite a poem into its ear. Nora's love and her emotions suddenly compel the troll to open its eyes, and it is revealed that after 100 years, the troll named Jerry awakens again. Seeing itself tied up, it went berserk and started to destroy the entire lab. He even threw Nora's lift far away. But Nora's life was saved because of the lift's belts. It is shown that the troll has now freed itself, broken out of the lab, and immediately started spreading destruction everywhere. It doesn't see whether there's a car, a person, or a house under its feet. It moves forward, crushing everything in its path, and we are shown a place where children are partying. The troll breaks the roof of the house and starts pulling out the children to eat them. This troll was not good like the previous ones. Nora and her companions soon realize this and decide to stop it. Nora's entire team has a meeting with the president. The president wanted the troll to be killed, but Nora and Chad did not want it to die. They agree to the mission, but Nora and Chad secretly plan to save this troll at all costs. During all this, we are introduced to a captain named Chris, who was going to be with them for the entire mission. Chris and his team prepare large helicopters equipped with UV lights. Their mission is to turn the troll to stone during the night. At night, it is shown that while the troll named Jerry was still eating people, Chris and all his other companions approached in helicopters to kill the troll. They tried to weaken the troll with UV lights, but they couldn't turn it to stone, and the troll became furious from their attack. It ripped an electricity tower out of the ground and threw it at the people. In all this, Chris's friend's helicopter was also destroyed, and his friend was killed. Seeing his friend's death, Chris becomes very angry. He starts burning with a fire of revenge and thinks of killing the troll. But Nora, who was sitting behind him, explains that we humans are the ones who have turned these trolls into monsters. Everyone asks Nora what to do, as it is causing so much destruction. Nora says, "I have an idea," and with that, she takes everyone inside a large cave. And here we find out that besides Jerry, there was another troll in the world. This troll was very good and had been seen by Nora many years ago. Nora had visited this troll many times, so the troll had become her good friend. And now Nora wanted to get this good troll's help to defeat Jerry. Here, Nora tells them a very big truth, that humans had killed all these trolls in these very mountains and caves. And at that time, only this one small baby troll was left, who had now grown so big over hundreds of years. Well, Nora had named this troll Cudrit. Here, Chad and Nora together lovingly recite a poem to the troll, and then ask for its help to stop Jerry. Cudrit agrees with Nora and goes to meet Jerry. But Jerry's hatred was so deep that he wasn't willing to listen to anyone. Jerry stomps his foot hard, causing the ice under Cudrit's feet to break, and Cudrit sinks into the water. Seeing this, Nora is completely heartbroken because she thought Cudrit had drowned and died. We see that the troll Jerry starts to walk away from there. Nora finds out that he is heading towards Trondheim, where St. Ulf lived. Nora, Chad, and their entire team also start moving towards Trondheim. Everyone knew that St. Ulf's grave was inside this church, but no one had been able to find it before. But here, Nora and Chad, using their intelligence, noticed 3 marks in Ulf's painting, which were actually the keys to open this door. Using those marks, they insert 3 rods and turn the wall completely, and from inside, they finally find Ulf's body along with his silver sword. Here, they find an incomplete letter in Ulf's clothes. The other half of this letter was in the lab where the scientist had kept the troll Jerry. They take pictures of both halves and put them together. After that, they learn a very big truth. It had long been believed that St. Ulf had the trolls killed. But that wasn't the case. He hadn't given the order to kill the trolls. He just wanted to shift them to the other side of the world so that humans wouldn't be disturbed by trolls, and trolls wouldn't be disturbed by humans. But the church did not obey his command, and as per the church's orders, all the trolls were killed. The church then blamed Ulf for everything, and to hide all this, they ultimately had Ulf killed and his grave made in a very hidden place. Nora also realized that Jerry was heading towards Trondheim to avenge all his fellow trolls. To stop this troll, they learned from Nora's dad's research that the troll can only be weakened by holy water. It turns out that there was a very large lake of holy water beneath this very church. Nora and her team, with the help of the people and the military, now prepare many weapons made from holy water. And as soon as Jerry enters the city at night, they first weaken him by repeatedly ringing the church bells. And after that, they throw many holy water weapons at it. But this doesn't harm the troll at all. It just gets even angrier and starts spreading more destruction around. Before the situation could get out of hand, Cudrit, who had gone under, suddenly resurfaces from the water, which makes Nora the happiest. Cudrit wanted to stop Jerry, so a fight breaks out between the 2 trolls right in the middle of the city. Nora's companions explain that to kill the troll completely, the holy water must reach not just its body, but its heart. And this task was not that easy, and to accomplish it, they now had only 1 water bomb left. The troll was constantly moving. Aiming right inside its mouth was impossible at this point. Chad decides to sacrifice himself. He decides that he will take this holy water bomb and jump inside the troll's mouth. Not everyone was happy with his decision, but it was the only way left to save everyone. Chad and Chris take the water bomb and get close to Jerry's mouth in the helicopter. They try to throw the water bomb into Jerry's mouth. Their first attempt fails, after which Chad calls his wife to say his last goodbye. And he also tells her to tell our baby that Dad loved them very much. Saying this, he takes the water bomb and jumps straight from the helicopter into Jerry's mouth. The bomb explodes. A light appears near Jerry's heart, and Jerry's body begins to disintegrate from the inside. And during this, Cudrit thrusts his hand into Jerry's body from behind, rips out his heart, and throws it away. Thus, Jerry dies, and they finally win. But despite all this, Nora and her entire team were deeply saddened by Chad's death. But humanity had been saved now. In the movie's post-credits scene, we are shown a scene from a few months later. We see that Chad's wife had given birth to his son. The whole team comes to Nora's house for a vacation, and that very day they realize the house is shaking violently. Nora comes outside and sees that Cudrit is approaching her house. It is revealed that all the humans had learned the truth about Cudrit, the troll. He was not an enemy of humans and even helped them. So he no longer lived in hiding in the human world. Instead, he lived peacefully out in the open. In simple terms, trolls and humans had become friends again. Now, no one knows how long this friendship will last, because we see that a professor still has a small troll captive in his secret lab, which is slowly growing, and there is no idea yet what they will do with him. And the movie ends here, showing that little troll.